It was a quiet Tuesday night. The hum of the TV blended into the background. Our dinner sat half-eaten on the coffee table, and she rested her head on my shoulder like everything was completely normal. Then, without warning, she sat up. No eye contact. No soft lead-in. Just, "I think we should take a break." At first, I just blinked. A break? From what? Had something happened? Her eyes stayed glued to the television, avoiding mine like they were too heavy to face. "Nothing happened," she said quickly. "That's the problem. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. I've lost myself. I need time to figure things out." It sounded rehearsed, like a monologue she'd practiced. It hit me like a punch I didn't see coming. I stared at her, waiting for a grin, a joke, anything to break the tension, but she wasn't joking. "I still love you," she said. "This isn't a breakup, it's just time. For clarity." I'd heard this story before, not mine but through friends. Stories of people blindsided by the ones they trusted the most. I didn't argue, didn't shout. I just nodded, the way someone might when they realize they've been walking through fog and just found the edge of a cliff. She packed quickly. No hug, no kiss, no lingering goodbye. "I'll message you soon," she said. "Don't overthink it." That night I didn't sleep. Not because I was heartbroken, but because something deep in me whispered, "This isn't about space. There's someone else." The first day, nothing. The second, a single text. "Hope you're okay. Just thinking." I replied, "Take all the time you need. I'm here." A message I would come to hate myself for later. Day 3, I got a message from a friend. He'd seen her with a guy, a bar downtown. They weren't talking. Nope. They were kissing like they'd been starving for each other. He didn't want to tell me, but he knew I deserved the truth. I asked for a picture. He hesitated, and then sent it. There she was, in the red dress I'd given her last autumn, holding some stranger like he was her anchor in a storm. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I sat in the dark staring at my phone, feeling something inside me fracture, clean and sharp. This wasn't confusion. It was betrayal, calculated, cruel, and cloaked in false concern. She had lied. About space. About love. About needing time. This wasn't a mistake. This was a choice. That night I changed. Not dramatically. I didn't go out and get drunk or shout into the void. I just got quiet, and I started observing. Not to win her back, God no, but to make sure she never forgot what she gave up. The ache of betrayal doesn't crush you all at once. It slices you slowly. A glance at her toothbrush still near the sink. An echo in the space where her laugh used to be. A lock screen photo you forgot to change. But pain is a good teacher. It strips away illusion. And when the smoke cleared, I saw things plainly. She didn't leave to find herself. She left because she'd already found someone else. So I acted. First, the little things. I logged into our shared Netflix account. There it was, new profile. Name Jay. Never heard of him. Romantic comedies, boxing flicks, playlists of films she used to say she hated. This wasn't a fling. This was attachment. Investment. I changed the password. Deleted every profile but mine. Small but symbolic. Next, I went deeper. We'd synced our phones to the same cloud backup for years. I logged in, and there it was. Photos in hotel rooms. Beach snapshots. 2 glasses of wine. His shadow behind her. And worse, voice notes. Giggling. "Jay, you're so much better than him. He never touched me like you do. God, I've never felt this alive." Each one cut deep, but I kept listening. Not out of self-torture, but because I wanted to understand. This wasn't random. This was structured. They had trips planned. A timeline. She hadn't just cheated. She replaced me. She thought I'd never find out. And worse, if she ever did come back, she'd expect me to thank her for a second chance. That was the moment I decided. Not only would I heal, I'd rise. Quietly, I started getting up earlier. I hit the gym harder, ate better, dressed better, spoke less. Not a single cryptic post online. No quotes. No sad songs. Just silence. I reconnected with friends. Ones I'd slowly drifted from. They saw the change in me. And best of all, they didn't ask. They knew. 2 weeks later, her name popped up on my phone. Hey, just checking in. Thinking about you. No sorry. No accountability. Just a hook. A bait. I didn't respond. Next day, another message. Then a call. I ignored them all. She wasn't reaching out because she regretted what she did. She was reaching out because her backup plan had already failed. 3 weeks after she walked out, there was a knock on my door. 3 slow, familiar taps. I didn't move right away. I knew who it was. She stood on my porch like she hadn't burned down everything we built. Hair a bit messy. Hoodie too big. Eyes trying to soften me. Like I was the one who had left. Hey, she said, the word clinging to entitlement. I was just around the neighborhood. Wanted to see how you're doing. I looked at her. Really looked. And I realized I had already let go. She didn't break me. She set me free. Started on a quiet evening, just another ordinary night, or so I thought. She stood at my door, hesitant. Her eyes flickering past me into what used to be our home. It hasn't changed much, she said softly. Smells the same too. I stayed silent. She was stalling, hoping I'd open the door wider, invite her back into the space she once called hers. Then came the line, they always say it. I think I made a mistake. But it's never really about me, is it? It's always about them. About how they thought they were reaching for something better, only to realize they traded a diamond for glittering glass. She took a shaky breath. His name was Jay. I didn't ask. We rushed into things. He's not who I thought. He doesn't care about anyone, not really. I thought I was chasing something real, but I was just chasing the attention. I let the silence drag out, long enough for it to weigh on her. Then came the whisper. I miss you. She reached forward, fingers brushing against mine. I took a step back. Her face shifted. Confusion. Disbelief. Like it hadn't crossed her mind that I'd moved on. You don't miss me, I said. You miss being secure. You miss being adored. You miss having someone to mistreat who still stayed. Her lips parted, but I cut her off. I saw everything. Her eyes widened. How did you? You backed it all up to the cloud. Every message. Every photo. Every night you said you were working late and weren't. She staggered slightly. She wasn't expecting that. But what stung more was that I was calm. Collected. I laughed, even. That's what gets you? That I found out? Not that you lied, manipulated, and cheated, but that I discovered it. The tears came fast. I was stupid. I didn't know what I wanted. No, I corrected. You knew exactly what you wanted. You just didn't expect me to stop being your fallback option. That shift in control, that's what broke her. Not the guilt, not the shame. The realization that I wasn't the same man who used to treat her love like it was the air he breathed. I just want another chance, she said quietly. I looked her straight in the eyes. No. Her legs gave out a bit, as if my refusal shattered something inside her. For the first time ever, I didn't beg, didn't soften, didn't try to fix things. I was done. She cried there on the porch, but I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel compassion. I felt nothing, and that frightened her more than anything else could have. Can we talk? She asked again, voice breaking. I nodded slightly, then shut the door in her face. Locked it. No words. That lock click was the last thing she heard from me. But she didn't go quietly. By the next morning, I had messages from our mutual friends. Bro, what happened? She's saying you ghosted her. Says you flipped for no reason. I didn't respond. I just sent them a folder. Just the facts, screenshots of texts, photos of her nights with him, a screen recording of her laughing, saying I was just her backup plan. No commentary, just truth. The fallout was instant. Her Instagram, once all brunch shots and curated joy, went silent. The comments shifted from hearts to questions. This you? Girl, wow. This is rough. She tried the classic spin. We were on a break. But screenshots don't lie. Even her job felt the impact. Jay worked with a firm linked to hers, and once HR got wind of the mess, they weren't happy. She wasn't fired, but she was quietly pushed to a desk in a forgotten corner. No meetings, no projects, no voice. A week later, her messages turned desperate. "You've made your point. Please, I'm falling apart. Can we talk?" I didn't reply. The next morning, I sent her one final image, her old house key, snapped in half, next to my coffee mug. Caption: "Keys don't work anymore." This wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming what I'd given away too freely. My peace, my dignity, my time. She wanted a new life, so I gave her one without me in it. Closure doesn't always come in a tearful goodbye. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to stop looking back. I cleared her from my life. The photos, the playlists, the hoodie she always stole. Gone. I wasn't erasing the past. I was reclaiming my space. And I didn't just heal. I grew. I joined a gym and showed up. Took on more at work and got noticed. I even enrolled in a photography class, just because it made me feel alive again. Week by week, the noise in my head faded. Her voice lost its echo. Her absence became peace. Then I met someone. Leah. It wasn't some instant whirlwind. We just liked quiet cafes and books. We talked without performance, without trying to impress. And that felt real. One day, Leah asked, "Rough breakup?" I nodded. "Yeah. That's good," she said. "That you're not still in it." And she was right. 6 months after that night on the porch, I got one last message from my ex. "I heard you're doing well. You really moved on." Huh? I wish I'd appreciated what I had. "I'm sorry." I looked at it for a minute. Then I turned my phone off. I didn't need to say anything. The silence said it all. I didn't come out of this stronger because I exposed her. Not because her job stalled or her circle vanished. I came out stronger because I didn't let her betrayal become my identity. She broke something in me, but I rebuilt something stronger in its place. And that's the real win.